Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope you all will be fine. This is your maths teacher Amrish. This video lesson is for grade 9 from chapter number 4, Algebraic Expressions and Algebraic Formulas. Our today's topic is algebraic expressions and polynomials. Algebraic expressions. Algebra is a generalization of arithmetics. Recall that when operation of addition and subtraction are applied to a algebraic term, we obtain an algebraic expression. For instance, 5x square minus 3x plus 2 upon square root of x and 3xy plus 3 upon x, where x should not be equal to 0, are algebraic expressions. As I told you that your denominator should not be equal to 0. Now polynomials. A polynomial in a variable x is an algebraic expression of the term p of x is equal to a n, x has an power n, plus a n minus 1, x has an power n minus 1, plus a n minus 2, x has an power n minus 2, plus so on, with the last term a 0. And your a n should not be equal to 0, where n is the highest power of x, is a non-negative integer called the degree of the polynomial, and each coefficient a n is a real number. The coefficient a n of the highest power of x is called the leading coefficient of the polynomial. So for the polynomial, it is compulsory that all the exponents of your variables should be a positive number or 0, but it should not be equal to negative integers. 2x has an power 4, y has an power 3 plus x square, y square plus 8x is a polynomial in two variables x and y and has a degree 7. Okay, look over there. The two variables are involving in this algebraic expression, that is x and y. And to find the degree, we will add up the exponents of one term. When we are adding 4 and 3, we are having 7, and when we are adding 2 and 2, we are having 4. But as we are observing that 7 is the uh, bigger number than 4, so 7 is the highest degree of the polynomial. From the study of the similar properties of integer and polynomial with respect to addition and multiplication, we may say that polynomials behave like integers. Rational expressions behave like rational numbers. Let a and b be the two integers, then a upon b is not necessarily an integer. Therefore, the number system is extended and a upon b is defined as a rational number where a and b belongs to integer and b should not be equal to 0. For any rational expression or rational number, your denominator should not be equal to 0. This is the condition. Similarly, if p of x and q of x are the two polynomials, then p of x upon q of x is not necessarily a polynomial where q of x should not be equal to 0. Therefore, similar to the idea of the rational number, concept of the rational expression is developed. Rational expressions. The quotient p of x upon q of x of the two polynomials p of x and q of x, where q of x is a non-zero polynomial, is called a rational expression. For example, 2x plus 1 divided by 3x plus 8. So 3x plus 8 should not be equal to 0 is a rational expression. As I told you that it is the compulsion for the rational expression, your denominator should not be equal to 0. In the rational expression p of x, q of x, p of x is called the numerator and the q of x is known as the denominator of the rational expression p of x upon q of x. The rational expression p of x upon q of x need not to be a polynomial. Properties of rational expressions. The method for operations with the rational expressions is similar to the operation with the rational numbers. Let p of x, q of x, r of x and s of x be any polynomials such that all values of the variables that make a rational expression undefined are excluded from the domain. Then following properties of the rational expressions hold under the supposition that they all are defined, that is, all the denominators should not be equal to 0. Then property number 1, p of x upon q of x is equal to r of x upon s of x. If and only if p of x into s of x is equal to q of x and r of x. So we are observing here the method is the cross multiplication. This s of x, which is dividing with the second rational expression, it is multiplying with the p of x, and the q of x, which is dividing in the first rational expression, is multiplying with the r of x, and it holds the equality. It is called the equality because our right hand side is equal to left hand side. In the second one, p of x with the k multiplying with the k divided by q of x is multiplying with the k is equal to p of x upon q of x, and it is called cancellation property because we have a number k which is in the numerator as well as in the denominator, so we can cancel when they are multiplying with the p of x and q of x. Okay, in the third one, when we have two rational expression p of x upon q of x plus r of x divided by s of x, we are going to take the LCM. As the LCM is the product of common and uncommon multiple. In these two there is nothing common, so we are writing both the uncommon, that is q of x and s of x, and then taking after taking the LCM we are applying the method. That means p of x is multiplying with f of x plus q of x is multiplying with r of x. And after that, number 4, it is the same procedure that we are taking the LCM, but the sign is negative over there, and that's why it is called the subtraction property. Okay, the same procedure is there, but only the sign is negative. Number 5, it is the multiplication of two rational expression p of x upon q of x, and this dot is indicating the product or multiplication with r of x and s of x. So our numerator will be multiplied with the numerator and denominator will be multiplied with the denominator. So finally we have p of x into r of x divided by q of x into s of x. Number 6, p of x upon q of x divided by r of x upon s of x. So here when we are going to change the division sign into the multiplication sign, the term written after the division sign become the reciprocal of the original. So p of x upon q of x, and this dot is indicating the multiplication, and our denominator, which is s of x, become the numerator, and our r of x, which is the numerator, is become denominator. And after that again the same method, that numerator will multiply with the numerator and denominator with the denominator. We will have p of x into s of x divided by q of x into r of x, and this is called the deviant property. Okay, number 7 is the additive inverse of p of x upon q of x. As you know, the additive inverse of a number is the same number but with the opposite sign. For example, I have 5. So the additive inverse of 5 is minus 5. Means the number is same but the sign is opposite. Okay. Similarly, for minus 8, I will have a plus 8. So over here, our rational expression is p of x upon q of x. The additive inverse of that expression is minus p of x upon q of x. The same expression but with the opposite sign. Okay, in number 8, multiplicative inverse or the reciprocal. It is the simple expression with the changing of the places. Numerator become denominator and denominator become numerator. So p of x upon q of x is the reciprocal of q of x upon p of x, and the condition is here that our both the numerator and denominator should not be equal to 0. Okay, now we are moving to our exercise 4.1. In the question number 1, identify whether the following algebraic expressions are polynomials or not. Means we have to just tell either it is yes or no. So the first question is 3x square plus 1 upon x minus 5. We are observing that in the first expression 1 upon x, here when I am going to take the x to the numerator, its exponent become -1 because in the denominator it is 1. When I am moving it to the numerator, it become -1, and it is not satisfying the definition of polynomial because in the polynomial all the exponents of the variables should be a positive number or a 0. So when it become a negative, it is not a polynomial. In the second one, 3x cube minus 4x square minus x square root of x plus 3, we are observing that in the third term minus x and square root of x, when I am removing the sign of square root, it become 1 upon 2. So 1 plus 1 upon 2, it become 1 whole 1 upon 2. It is not an integer. It is a positive, but it is not an integer. So again, it is not a polynomial. It should be um, a whole number. Okay. And the third one, x square minus 3x plus square root of 2. We are observing that all the variables has a positive exponent, so it is a polynomial. In the fourth one, 3x divided by 2x minus 1 plus 8, we are observing that there is a denominator with x, and when I will take it to the numerator, it become a negative exponent. So it is again not a polynomial. Okay, question number 2. State whether each of the following expression is a rational expression or not. For this purpose, we have to check the numerator as well as denominator. If both numerator and denominator are satisfying the property of a polynomial, then it is a rational expression, otherwise it is not. So in the first question, we are observing that 3 square root of x divided by 3 square root of x plus 5, both numerator and denominator has exponent of variable 1 upon 2. So it is not an integer, so we will say that it is not a polynomial. In the second one, x cube minus 2x square plus square root of 3 divided by 2 plus 3x minus x square, we are observing that both the numerator and denominator having a variable with a positive exponent, so it is a polynomial expression. It is a rational expression. And number 3, x square plus 6x plus 9 divided by x square minus 9. Our numerator and denominator are having all the exponent positive for the variable, so it is a rational expression. And in number 4, we have 2 square root of x plus 3 divided by 2 square root of x minus 3. We are observing that both the numerator and denominator has square root of x. It means when we are removing the sign of square root, we will have 1 upon 2. That is not an integer, so it is not a polynomial. And these are the two questions of your exercise, and I hope you will understand them very nicely. Thank you.